Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Car Question. I hope you're doing well. This is going to be a short video review about the Subaru Crosstrek 2017. Why not a long review? Well, it's simple because it's going to change in 2018. We saw the concept, we saw also the production vehicle in some auto show, and it's looking great, even better than this one, I think, which is not too bad. Still, the Subaru Crosstrek is for the adventurous out there. So let's make a short review about it. So for 2017, well, you've got some mix between the package, some special option also available. But the big news is the hybrid model that it simply gave up. But right now, let's look at the exterior of this one. A good looking vehicle. It's kind of looking muscular. You've got some styling, which is really interesting. Look at the roof rail on top. I don't know if you like to bring surfboard or a kayak out there. Well, it's going to be there for you. It's going to be functional also. The hatchback styling is really practical. Also, you've got some plastic moldings with some good finishing out there, which is going to give this one kind of strong look. Also, look at the ground clearance. This is probably one of the most impressive part about this vehicle. You've got also some fog lights, which this one, and by the way, they're going to be directional. So if you turn the steering on one side or another, you will see this little light turn on. By the way, look at the tire, 225, 55, 17 Yokohama Geolandar G95. Usually these are not the kind of tire that you will find on a regular car. They're much stronger when you're gonna get into those beaten path out there. And by the way, not big off-road, but mud, sand, going to the camp, crossing a small ditch, no problem. This one will get the job done. Let's look at the interior. This is where it doesn't really shine. I'm not sure about the finish and really that we're going to see inside this one, but hey, don't worry, 2018 will simply correct that. So you got the 7.2 inches screen for the audio system, you've got USB connection, and you've got the Subaru Starlink 6 speaker. Integration is okay with your phone, but it's only going to be for audio. Don't expect any Android Auto or Apple CarPlay in this one though. And by the way, did you try to find the button for the high side system to close the warning about the lane change or simply close the front collision alert? Did you find it? Yes, because we've shown it to you right there on top of the vehicle. It took me time really to find those ones. So you've got some plastic finish inside. You've got also a 4.3 inches screen right there inside, which is going to give you some information. Let's talk about the engine right now. So it's a 2.0 liter DOHC whole sequential injection style, you know, back in the old days, 148 horsepower, 6,200 RPM, and you've got 145 pound-feet of torque at 4,200 RPM. It meets the partial zero emission vehicle standards, and Subaru is so proud that you've got that PZEV logo that you're going to find on this one. The transmission, it's a 5-speed manual that you can choose. Once again, old school. We're 6 right now, usually with some vehicles. And you've got the Linertronic continuously variable transmission, the CVT, with manual mode and paddle shift that you can choose. And this decision is going to be important also because it's going to change the reaction of your all-wheel drive system, or at least the configuration of it. So if you choose a manual, you've still got the symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive system, but it's going to be with a viscous coupling limited slip central differential. If you go with the CVT, it's the same thing, full-time all-wheel drive system, but with electronically controlled multiplate transfer clutch. Remember our diagonal test, and remember the video that Mazda did when they tried to compare the Crosstrek to the CX-3? Yeah, this one. I was kind of surprised to see this kind of result with that vehicle. But hey, what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna go test this one in a diagonal test. You know our famous testing? By the way, did you saw some of it? If not, feel free to check the playlist that I've put right there in the high in the corner. Also, you're gonna see that it's gonna be probably impressive what this one can do out there. Let's talk about towing, because usually adventurous people like to bring some stuff along. You will be able to tow 1,500 pounds, but electric brake is recommended on your trailer because usually these are not the most performant brake out there. Let's talk about the road handling of this one. It doesn't hold the road so much because when you're gonna turn, you're gonna hear those tires squealing. You will feel also some movement. So it's much more adventure oriented than road manner oriented. But hey, Talking about also road noise, man, this one you will hear some. Even worse if you got some winter tire with stud, but we love winter tire with stud. It's gonna be so cool with that all-wheel drive system out there in the winter. Nothing will stop you. But let's talk about acceleration. It's not that good. There's some power missing right now. You can hear that buzzing of the CVT. The accelerator pedal is quite sensible, so you don't have some flexibility. It seems to be all on or nothing. Braking is smooth though and moderate, and you're going to be able to see that it's just average. Once again, same thing for the segment. It's not the best one out there. Direction is okay at low speed, but you don't get any communication out of it. Highway, once again, some correction needs to be done, but it's much better when it's gonna get into off-road territory, where there it's gonna be all okay. Talking about the suspension, well, it's perfect also for the same terrain. You can use that vehicle to go out there, go into sand, go into mud, go into rocks, name it. Well, you know, not that hard, not those big rocks out there, but how about some roads that leads to the camp where you can see some damage on those? This is going to be perfect. But once you're in the turn, you will feel those movements from side to side. And once again, tire squealing is not that good. General comfort is okay though. It's soft. It's soft up front, it's soft in the rear. You're going to be fine. But that thing, once again, which is not okay, communication, the connection with your mobile phone to that system, it's just going to be okay for music. Don't expect any Android Auto or Apple CarPlay for now. Security is important for Subaru because this one is a top scorer right now. So you've got the famous eyesight system, pre-collision braking, brake assist also, throttle management just for the collision. You will have adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, lane sway warning, lead vehicle start alert, and you will also have some steering responsive fog lights. You have to be careful to the system because, as you can see, it's accessible from the inside. You can put your finger on the camera. Man, what is that? And you can see that it's so big. It reminds me once again of the good 1980s where those controllers were big like that and so heavy. You've got also a wiper de-icer in the windshield, and you have rear view camera, which is kind of clear. So for 2017, the Crosstrek really scored a top pick choice, top safety pick plus in the IIHS test. Talking about fuel consumption, with a manual version, 10.3 on city mode and 7.8 on highway mode, liter per 100, by the way. If you go with the automatic, the CVT, it's going to be better, 9.1 into the city, 7.2 on the highway, and it's 60 liters that you're going to be able to pour inside. But now it's time to compare vehicle, and you have the Jeep Compass. For 2017, well, it's going to be completely redesigned. Well, 17.5, because you still got 17 models that are just like the old version. Always strange on Jeep. Well, you've got a more rigid chassis, you've got a retuned suspension, and we hope it's going to be more reliable than the previous version. We will have this one in video soon, so get ready, we're going to test this one. But right now, according to our sources, you've got that sensible brake pedal, which is kind of too much. You've got again that 9-speed, which doesn't make anybody happy about it when it's going to be downshifting also. And sometimes, depending on the speed, the transmission will be slow to react. On the plus side though, I think it's good looking. When you look at the road handling, it's kind of interesting. You've got a manual transmission which is available, and you've got generous interior space. Off-road is going to be impressive with this one. You've got the Mini Cooper Countryman, which is also fully redesigned for this year. We will have this one in test soon, so get ready, you will see a video soon also. On the minus side, well, you've got the premium fuel requirement. You have the direction, which is sometimes too quick, so it's more performance oriented. And you have also the form of the car, which compromises its practicality. On the plus side, look at that funky styling, really unique out there. You've got those great materials inside, which seems great quality. You have a manual transmission that you can choose, and you can personalize this car. So if you prefer sportiness beside adventure, you might want to choose this one. One that needs help out there, I'm kind of discouraged to talk about this one. It's a Jeep Patriot. Well, it's not refined. This CVT is not well adjusted. You also don't get a lot of interior detail. The impact tests are just not there, and even the cargo space is not really good. The build quality raises some question. But on the plus side, you can lower the speaker to have a fun party outside. The price is acceptable, and when you're going to be going off-road, it's going to be cool and okay. But remember, if you got a deal in the use, you don't pay a lot for this one, you got a gift, why not go for it? But right now, it's not the most recommended out there. You might want to also even consider some small sport utility vehicle, those subcompact ones. You've got the Mazda CX-3, which is sporty. You've got the Jeep Renegade, which is squared but really cool off-road. And you've got also the Honda HR-V, which is functional, and you will have a lot of space inside, even if it's small. So let's talk about the plus and the minus about our Crosstrek. Let's start with the minus. The performance is not really there. You've got the sound of the CVT, which is really annoying on hard acceleration. You've got that interior finishing, which is not really there. And you've got the radio, the multimedia system, which is not that great. On the plus side though, you've got that cool ground clearance. You've got that all-wheel drive system, which is really cool. And it's one of the most affordable out there. You've got a lot of space, and you've got the utility of the hatchback form, which is really cool for you. So how about maths grade? I'm gonna give it a B+. So it's an Impreza on high heels in some kind of way. Don't take it too far off-road, but if you like adventure, I think it's gonna be the vehicle for you. So there you go. What do you think about this one? Are you gonna wait for the 2018 version, or maybe jump on the deal for those one? Feel free to comment that in the section down there below. Don't forget to do a thumbs up, and also subscribe to Car Question to see the 2018 review about the Subaru Crosstrek. Take care.